Like I said, my name is Cole. I'm a variety streamer. This is the Rogue Geek going over Comic Con news. All Comic Con was this last week, and there was a whole bunch of reveals, a lot of stuff to be geeking out about, so a lot of stuff to be super excited about. And I really want to talk about it. I really, really do, and haven't really been able to talk about it too much. But if you are worried about spoilers, don't worry. This is going to be full of spoilers. So, this is your warning. This is your spoiler warning. I'm going to be going over all the info that dropped during Comic-Con and going over all that stuff. Okay, so first things first. Comic-Con 2026 started with the news that they're going to stay in San Diego until 2030. So that was the big thing. Their lease was coming up. The city was debating whether or not they were going to stay. Everyone had no idea if San Diego was going to keep Comic-Con International or if Comic-Con International was going to go to like Anaheim, Las Vegas, New York, San Francisco. No one knew. No one knew what was going to be happening. So they started going, nope, they're staying here till 2030, which is great. San Diego, downtown San Diego to me, the Gaslamp district, that's what feels like Comic-Con. Like that whole staying down at the hotels, walking around, that is what, like, I'm like, that's Comic-Con. The ocean, the beach, all that fun stuff. Now, I will say this. Hotels, parking, all of that stuff is so bad that if you don't save all year, you're dropping a lot of money for an experience that is supposed to be for the fans. The hotels are like $100 times 1,000. It's for my experience last year, it cost me close to $2,500 to be able to eat and get hotel for 5 days. And that is just, it's ridiculous. That is too much. And it's not even like getting the 5-star hotel, right? I was at a hotel about a quarter mile away. So I had to walk a quarter mile every single day to the convention. And that was the prices. That's all I could afford. So first, if San Diego is going to continue to stay the home of Comic-Con, and they do deem it worthy of all their stuff, right? They let the Chargers go because they wanted to keep Comic-Con. They have to do something about the prices surging during that time for all those people who were coming, because if they want to build revenue, all that stuff, they got to work on that. But San Diego will be able to keep Comic-Con. Overall, I'm very happy about that because absolutely love that. But at Comic-Con for the first time in a long, long time, we are going to come across our first story, and that is Doctor Doom has finally arrived. Marvel was at the convention for the first time in a very long time. They unveiled Ryan Gosling is going to be Ghost Rider. They released Black Panther 3 news and how T'Challa is coming back. It's the son of T'Challa. And then they released the casting of all that. But the big thing was we finally got Doctor Doom. The Avengers Doomsday trailer dropped 2 days before Comic-Con came out, and the Doctor Doom trailer, it's kind of what you expected, right? There wasn't anything super exciting. We saw the X-Men that we all know are coming back. We saw Doom speak, which finally got us excited because we all wanted to know, how is he going to talk? Is he going to sound like Iron Man? Or is he going to be his own thing? And Robert Downey Jr.'s voice knocks it out of the park. I don't care what anyone says about the fact that it's going to be too confusing because it's Robert Downey Jr. and playing both Iron Man and Doomsday. I mean, not Doomsday, Doom. But the voice is perfect. I have yet to see someone who has complained about the voice. So I'm very excited about that. Now, here's what's super cool in Verving Comic-Con. They showed the costume. They had 3 Latvian witches, or 1 with 3 different outfits. Who knows? But the colors changed each day. You had green, you had yellow, and you had orange. I mean purple. And so I found that very interesting. And then the final day, it was Doom with the green Latvian witch. which there is so many things. So first off, let's just do this real fast. So Doctor Doom, his first appearance was in Fantastic Four #5 back in 1962. He's always been associated with the Fantastic Four, and even in the MCU's first Fantastic Four film, where Galactus was the first villain, we do get a post-credit scene with the son of Reed Richards and Sue Storm, seeing what we thought at the time to be Doctor Doom. The mask was very smooth. We were all really confused. The mask was off, and the kid was touched in the face. We all assumed that was Doctor Doom. But now, after seeing Comic-Con and the costumes on display, turns out that was actually a witch visiting them. So that is very shocking. Changes a lot of speculation of what's going to come. But here is like a real quick paragraph describing Doctor Doom in his little history. So he is the self-proclaimed moniker Victor Werner von Doom, the monarch of the fictional Eastern European country of Latveria. Born to a Latverian healer and a Romani witch, Doom spent his life mastering both science and sorcery, and seeks to bring order to humanity through world domination and prove his intellectual superiority over Mr. Fantastic, his old colleague and rival and the leader of the Fantastic Four, whom he blames for his disfigurement in a laboratory accident. Doom wears a metal mask to conceal his scarred face and a magically forged suit of armor that grants him superhuman strength, flight, and high-tech weaponry. His command of dark magic and the mystic arts imbues him with abilities ranging from energy projection to spell casting, while his diplomatic immunity as head of state shields him from prosecution for crimes committed outside Latveria. Now, that's very important to remember, because it's not just that he is like an evil Iron Man. He also has the mystic arts. And I forgot about his ability to use dark magic. Now, dark magic is already introduced in the MCU. We have Dormammu, from that we saw in Doctor Strange 1. And then we've seen Scarlet Witch dap into the dark sides of the magic realm. So it's not like the MCU has never done it, but we've never had a magic user who also was hard on science. And that's what's going to make him interesting, is he's going to be both mystical and science, which is why I think when we see Thor go for the head, by the way, he didn't go for the chest like he did Thanos. He went straight for the head. And when he went for the head, Thanos was stopped it with like his finger. Like it was just like a boop. No, it was like Goku out of Dragon Ball Z. So when he stops it with his finger, right, and everyone freaks out because he's holding it, it's possible it's magic and science versus magic and science, and they cancel each other out. And Thor says in Thor 1, when he's talking to Jane Foster, your people called it oh my god, mythology. Some people, you call it magic, some people call it science. I come from a place where we call it both. And it's literally, that's what this is most likely going to be. So with the trailer that we saw, you mean Doom stopped with his finger and not Thanos? Yeah, Thanos stopped Stormbreaker with his chest. Thanos decided to take Stormbreaker to the chest, and then Thor came down and said, I told you, you die for that. Took the Stormbreaker and pushed him deeper in, which made Thanos go, ah! Right? We all remember that scene from Infinity War. And then Thanos is gasping for air, and Thor looks at him as he's getting ready to like just sit in that moment of revenge and like you took everything from me and I'm killing you for it. And in that moment, Thanos goes, you should have gone for the head. Snap. Boom. So after that moment, Thor has gone for the head. There's a joke in Endgame. Well, not a joke, but it was a somber moment. The beginning of Endgame, Thanos, who is like scarred and old and beaten, and he got rid of the stones. And Thor cuts off his head, and they went, what did you do? He's like, I went for the head. So in this trailer, you literally see Thor flying through the air, Stormbreaker, and he goes for Doom's head, and Doom literally goes, boop, no. So they most likely cancel each other out. The rest of the trailer is literally just seeing X-Men, which X-Men are going to appear, and they're fighting the Avengers, which most likely, just being very real, most likely, the Avengers are looking for something else. They stumble upon the X-Mansion, and then that is what they find. The rumor is on the internet that the movie is going to start with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man fighting the 20th Century Fox X-Men's worlds. Like the two are going together because there's a convergence, and that is most likely going to result with X-Men's universe losing, which is probably why everything is dismantled, everything's broken, and the Avengers, who are trying to find Doom, are going to stumble upon there, and then the fighting that is going to happen between the X-Men Avengers, from what I got from the trailer, it seemed more of like a the fuck, and they start fighting, kind of like how Strange fights Strange. That's 1,000,000% what I am assuming is going to happen. Personally, okay, so I'm also streaming on Twitch, so if you're whatever. Personally, I think Doomsday is lacking character quantity, needs like 15 to 20 more people. Platform, what do you mean like on his side, or are you talking about there needs to be more Avengers against him? Because I don't think Doom needs more than just Doom. But yeah, no, so in the trailer, they're fighting each other. That's what's going down. What I am speculating is the reason for all of this. So there is a lot of clues throughout the multiverse that we've gotten from after Endgame. And a lot of people have rewatched all of the original Avenger movies, the MCU. But then after Endgame, a lot of people kind of stopped rewatching the films. And it kind of shows. There's a lot of speculation out there of what things can mean, and I just don't know. But here's what I think. You meant total. There's only like 92 actors signed on for this film. Yeah, no, this film has too many people in it. There's no way everyone's gonna have plenty amount of time. But here's my speculation for Doctor Doom, and this is. My speculation is for his reasoning for moving forward. In Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, we are told that dreams are not just dreams. It's not you ate the wrong piece of food. It's not you went down this dark tunnel and anxiety, and so your brain can't shut off, and so now you're getting this anxiety dream because of it. No, the Multiverse of Madness states that when you experiencing something through a dream, you are experiencing another reality of you in that moment. So if you went to school with no clothes on, that reality, you went to school with no clothes on. If you're being chased by a killer, in that reality, yourself is being chased by a killer. So that's what they set up. In Infinity War, Tony Stark looks at oh my god, Pepper Potts. He looks at Pepper and he goes, I had a dream. It was so real. We had a kid. His name was, and then he just goes on about how his kid was a he. And in Endgame, he does have a kid, but it's a daughter. So he dreamt about having a son. And this is very important because Doctor Doom in the comics loses his mom, and he does everything in his power to get his mom back. And his mom is a witch who taught him everything he knows. So in this reality, now bear in mind the MCU under Kevin Feige, they have done a really good job of taking the story you know and changing it slightly, where it doesn't lose any of its stuff, but it's different enough that makes you go, oh shit. We already saw Tony go nuts about his parents dying. He almost took out both Captain America and Bucky the Winter Soldier at the same time. It was 2v1 and he didn't care. So we've already seen, I don't care, he killed my mom. We've already gotten that speech. We can't do that again. What they'll probably do is do the exact same storyline that the Scarlet Witch did. Whereas he's looking for his kids. But instead of it being a mother's love, it's going to be a father's wrath. And in Endgame, this is where I hope you're keeping up with me here. In Endgame, literally, please, I just got the notification. I'm sorry. You didn't miss too much, Reed. In Endgame, the Avengers go to Tony Stark because they need his help. And he literally says, I will help you get back what we lost. If we can, great. But I can't lose what I gained. And he is literally holding on tightly to his little girl. And what if, in this reality, everything goes exactly the same, except because of Steve's selfish act, and it's selfish in quotations, it's what anyone would do, but his selfish act of, after delivering all the stones, stays behind with Peggy. But in that moment, Tony Stark, that is the reality that Doom comes from, his son dies because of the convergence. Like, he just loses. Like, because Steve stayed in that world, a convergence occurred, and in the event of the convergence, Tony Stark's son died, thus turning him into Doctor Doom. And he is going on the warpath, going across all the multiverse to kill every single Steve Rogers that he knows, while also looking for his son. And I feel like they're going to be kind of doing that aspect, because if Tony Stark as Iron Man wanted to protect the world and put a whole group of armor on there, right? What is going to stop this Tony Stark from having his world ripped apart and destroyed because of one man creating convergence? So the thought process of, well, if I don't have a convergence, no one else needs to sacrifice this. And all these realities are all the same people, just with different choices or different outcomes. So I'm not killing anyone. I am eliminating the threat of another convergence by saving everything. So he is punishing Steve Rogers. He is looking for his son. And he's got the magic and the science behind it to be able to get this shit done. And so that is honestly what I truly see going on in this film. But it's speculation. The biggest thing is this is all speculation. No one knows what they're going to do, why they're doing stuff, why he sent a witch to go get Reed Richards' son, who is clearly wanted by Galactus to feed his appetite. Like, there are so many questions that are still out there, and I could be way off base, but I just feel like I'm real close, because I do think they're going to have the whole dead mom story for Doom be adjusted to a dead son. Especially because we saw what he did for his little girl in the recording and then staying behind in that way. Edible Fade, hello, welcome. I'm geeking out today. It's kind of like a podcast kind of night today. And I'm only doing this for about an hour, so it's going to be a very, very short stream. But I am live from the Garrison. Hello. All right. Okay, I think actually we're going to know a lot more. We're going to know a lot more after San Diego when they explain when or where Vision Quest and the other show is coming. So Vision Quest is coming in October. It is going to end it will be the finale of the Wanda storyline, which is interesting because it's right before Vision Quest comes out right before Doomsday does. So it'll be very interesting to see if the Wanda story finishes with Vision Quest and it opens up the Doom thing. Because everyone believes the green Latverian witch is actually Wanda Maximoff in that reality. All right, so I'm just reading all this stuff. You know that in the comics, Victor and Tony actually do look very alike. Oh, okay. Oh, so that should be exciting for me as press. Yes. I'm fully expecting all of that to be going on. But yeah. The last thing I want to talk about for Doom, and then we're gonna move on to the next subject, which is lanterns. The next thing I want to talk about from the Doom trailer is it's gonna be very quick. Everyone is losing their mind about Steve Rogers at the end of it. We see him with the beard, the long hair, the jacket, and Thor does the two-factor verification. He sees you, doesn't believe it, and then Cap calls Mjolnir to him, and it's like, yep, that's Cap. But the internet doesn't believe that's him. They go, why does he look weird? What is going on? And I feel like people forget it's been almost 10 years since Avengers Endgame. It has been almost 10 years. Chris Evans has aged. He is older. This is also going to be Steve Rogers, potentially. It's going to be Nomad. It's not going to be Captain America. And it's possibly not going to be our Steve. Remember, this is the final point of the multiverse. And if I'm going with my theory that he is hunting down all the Steve Rogers, there is a good chance we're going to get the scene that was supposed to be an Endgame where Thanos rolls the head of Steve Rogers to the three, Iron Man, Thor, Cap, rolling the head of Steve Rogers who he killed. We could still get that. It's going to be Doom doing it instead of Thanos. Which, by the way, if you're curious, which Cap does Thanos kill? He kills the one that Steve says Bucky is alive. That's the Cap that gets his head ripped off. Aging doesn't happen in comics, or maybe it's zombie Steve Rogers just with really good skincare. I love both those comments. That's all really, really good. People legit have no idea what Chris looks like. Oh, okay. Just love that. It's like, no. They just don't know who he looks like. But yeah, no. So that's the only thing. I think this is truly just going to be Steve Rogers is Steve Rogers in that one, but it's gonna be Nomad, and it's gonna be a slightly different. If not, maybe it is actually our Steve come back to help his friends fight. Who knows? Who knows what they're gonna do? But I don't think that's Captain Hydra. I don't think that's Loki. But we'll talk more about Doctor Doom and all this trailer stuff because we still have Spider-Man that comes out this Friday, or Thursday, depending on when you got your tickets. So I have mine for Friday. I'm very excited, and I hope you guys are able to go see that because it's already got a 93% Rotten Tomatoes score. It's tied for the #1 rated film, which I believe is No Way Home. So if this is on the same level as No Way Home, and it's the longest Spider-Man movie to air, oh God help us all. I'm probably going to cry. All right, which now brings me to the second topic that I was super excited about from the Comic-Con news, and that is Lanterns finally unveiled like a real trailer. Not like a little quickie, not a little teaser, a legitimate trailer. I have never been more jealous of Comic-Con and not being there than this year, because this was the year of Green Lantern for DC at Comic-Con. They did it back in 2010 when the Green Lantern movie was coming out in theaters. There was a lot of Green Lantern stuff in San Diego. Well, fast forward to 2026, Lanterns was everywhere. You can go to a little pop-up place where you can train to become a lantern. And they all got their own ring, and they all got to hold a power battery. The studio had the power battery and the ring on display, and then of course you had the actual panel that got crashed by no, not Dave Filoni. That's the wrong name. Got crashed by Malcolm Reynolds, Guy Gardner. I can't think of his real name right now, but they were talking about it. And the trailer itself is very interesting, because there was a rumor out that has me worried. The rumor is this: Hal Jordan gets killed in the first episode by a manhunter, and the manhunters are the legit threat in this series. Now, as a Green Lantern fan, I don't want that because the manhunters never kill Hal Jordan. They are a threat, but they are the ones who eradicate Sector 666, which is where Atrocitus is from. Which is why I would love Atrocitus' origin thing to be a thing for here, because Atrocitus is going to be in this show. Don't know to what extent, don't know to what mass level, but Atrocitus is going to be in Lanterns. And so since the Manhunters eradicated 666, and if the show does have them kill Hal Jordan, I am going to scream. Hal Jordan is my ultimate favorite Green Lantern. I love John Stewart. John Stewart should be the one moving forward. There is no question in my mind that John Stewart should be the Green Lantern in the Justice League moving forward in the current James Gunn DCU. It just makes sense. And Aaron Pierre is an amazing actor, and I'm so excited. He looks the part. I'm so excited to see what he's going to bring to this universe. But please don't kill Hal Jordan. And that is just more of a fan begging you, please don't. I love the Parallax storyline where Sinestro gets, in his attempt to bring about the end of the Green Lantern Corps, gets beaten by Hal Jordan and then slips Parallax into his power battery, which then makes him go evil and mad, and then he ends up killing the whole Corps. So Sinestro was correct. I love that storyline. I don't want them to have it be like, nah, Sinestro's in jail, and Hal Jordan gets killed by a robot. Yeah, it's like, no, please don't do that. Don't do that to me. But who knows? We'll trust. You have to trust the process. No one stays dead in the universe. Maybe they kill off Hal Jordan in this, but then he comes back alive. Who knows? But oh man, I will be very, very disappointed if the show is literally just about Hal Jordan dying and the ring going to John Stewart when Guy Gardner is walking around with the Green Lantern ring. So you can't do the whole only one lantern per sector shit. No. No. Nope. Admiral Fate, as long as Guy Gardner is... Oh, goodness. Guy Gardner's alive. Get out of here. I'll get excited when the lanterns are red and blue. There is going to be a red. Like I said, Atrocitus is going to be in this. Sinestro is already in jail, so that means the Yellow Lantern has already kind of been around. And I'm hoping Carol Ferris is in this. If Carol Ferris is in there with the sapphire rings, like, can you just imagine if Lanterns becomes a show that gets crazy cosmic, and you can literally have all the spectrum being highlighted? And then we get Kyle Rayner, then we get Jessica, oh man. Yep, nope. Hal is the one in jail in that scene, Cole. Hal, you're talking about Earth jail, not when he's talking to when he's talking to Sinestro, who Sinestro's in his prison outfit. Reed, you think he's in space jail? Interesting. I will probably have to rewatch that, but yeah, no, so the that is the theory. That is they're going to kill Hal Jordan off. And Kyle Chandler is an older Hal Jordan, and Pierre is the young buck who's coming in. But the trailer alone was really cool. They finally showed off the green. They released the Funkos. I will totally be getting a Hal Jordan Funko when they release it to stores, because it looks good. The Funko looks real good. So, and I think I have almost every single Green Lantern Funko that has been released. I would love to have all the spectrum out there, but right now I only have red, orange, and green. I still need to get yellow, blue, and sapphire. I guess in indigo. But I would love if I can get like the whole Justice League, and like if I can get yellow, Batman, dead Superman, like, oh, because those exist. And then Wonder Woman's white for some reason. She's got the white ring instead of Kyle. I don't know why they did that one, but anyway. What time is it? It's 8:46. Oh my goodness. Okay, so with the lanterns, I'm very excited. What I'm hoping for is they are doing the whole buddy cop thing where Hal doesn't actually die, but but he's like kind of taking a step back, and John goes forward as the actual Green Lantern. That's what I'm hoping for, but we'll see. We shall see. All right. The last thing, there was so much, right? But Comic-Con consistently has a lot of reveals. And those two things were the top two things I want to talk about. Doom trailer and lanterns. The other stuff that was out there that is not that's not worth moving past, right? Like, we have to acknowledge it. I'm going to go down order. Some of these I've already said, but I'm just, for my list here, I just need to do it so I don't feel like I've forgotten. So with Marvel, we had Ghost Rider, Black Panther 3, Doomsday. For DC, we had Lanterns and we had Clayface. And that Clayface trailer was terrifying. But it's going to be our first introduction to Gotham City in the DCU. This is DCU canon. This isn't an Elseworld story. This isn't like Matt Reeves' Batman. This is the DCU's Gotham City. And we're getting our first introduction to it through Clayface, which is wild to me. But we also got a new Avatar, the new show that's coming out soon that looked beautiful. The trailer was so beautiful, at least with the animation style. We got Rings of Power Season 3, the Nazgul show, not the Nazgul, oh my god. Yeah, the Nazgul. It was a Nazgul. They showed up to the panel and that was kind of terrifying. The new Blade Runner 2099, which I was like, whoa, where's Spider-Man? Where's Batman? Why is it always 2099? But Blade Runner Amazon Prime series coming out. They showed that trailer and it looked good. I still have never seen a single Blade Runner movie. And I need to watch them. I do. They're on my list. But the new show looks really good. The new Resident Evil movie, which is terrifying, and it looks just like the new Resident Evil games. So that is freaking awesome. And then the surprise, we're gonna end this with the surprise Comic-Con thing that I did not think was going to be at all what we all talk about. But Ebenezer with Johnny Depp, I think, stole the weekend because Johnny Depp was basically crowd talking as Ebenezer. Like, there were so many times where he met up with like so many other cosplayers that were playing his other roles, and he was just talking to him as if he wasn't startled or shocked, or there was no like sly like, oh, Johnny Depp is there. He was Ebenezer the entire way through, and it was weird, but it was so cool. It made me laugh way too hard seeing Ebenezer doing all that. Almost as much as I was laughing at Ryan Reynolds walking around the convention floor as Deadpool in the Canadian suit of jean material. But I didn't catch that the jean color was gray. So he was jean gray, Deadpool, walking around the convention center, which brilliant. If it was accidental, cool. I love this. If it was on purpose, fucking brilliant. But Deadpool walking around, taking pictures with so many fans, and they didn't even know. They just thought it was a cool cosplay. They're like, dude, this looks so good, and they took a photo. I've seen videos of him like trolling everyone. I have seen the pictures. I've seen people share videos of going like, I had no idea it was the Deadpool, and I just watched him walk away. Like, I've seen so many of those videos. It was so good. Reed, so here's the thing. Since so Reed's comment is, it was accidental because that's the Deadpool costume from X-Force. In Deadpool 2, when he's in X-Force, The gray suit is from Ash. It's dirt. The comics, he's gray, and it's X-Force, and it's gray, and it's hilarious. But they showed the material in back like in photos since, and the picture shows that it's jeans. It's jeans. They made Deadpool's suit out of jeans. Hence why he makes a comment when he's talking to them like, "Oh, just a Canadian suit here." So the accident may be the gray, but it's not the gray suit Deadpool from X Factor. It's actual denim. Yes, that was the joke they were going for. So it looks gray. When I saw that, I instantly was like, oh my god, it's gray Deadpool. But then they've released things through Ryan Reynolds' social media, and then everyone on Instagram. So the color is jean gray. Yep, it's literally jean gray. It is fucking hilarious. Like I said, it may have been accident, it may have been on purpose, but we are living in the best timeline when it comes to just him and all those cosplayers and fans who saw him and just were like, oh shit. Yeah, a riff on the old Canadian tuxedo. Alright. So that's the big Comic-Con stuff. Moving forward, what I'm hoping to do is kind of do what I used to do before I got a little overwhelmed, and it's to have the 3 news stories and then like a main topic. In the Discord, I'm going to release the schedule moving forward. But next week, it is going to be, that is the welcome party. That is not me. Oh my god. Hold on. Next week, give me a second, pulling it all up. Okay, next week it's going to be covering the Rick and Morty season 9. That is what I'm going to be talking about. Reed, I know you've already been dropping some opinions on there. I have definitely agreed with most of it, and I've been keeping up. But yeah, so the main topic on next Tuesday is going to be Rick and Morty, the finale of season 9. And then of course, we'll be going over the latest news, and I'm hoping that this becomes something more where I can get more and more crazy. But right now, we're just starting slow, taking it easy, and I'm just trying to be more consistent. But this will only be at most an hour. This is not going to be a very long stream. I almost didn't live stream it. I was almost just going to record it and then upload to YouTube. But I was like, hey, where's the fun in that? I like talking with you guys and hanging out. So that is going to be the plan moving forward. But yeah, so for everyone who does not know, you can always catch me here on Twitch on Mondays and Thursdays. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Mondays I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3 for the very first time. Tuesdays the podcast. Thursdays Thriller Thursday, where I'm playing Resident Evil 9 for the and going through that story. And then on Wednesday, you can find me on Welcome Party Pod, the Welcome Parties podcast channel on Twitch. And I am the Personal Geek color commentator for that show. And it is so much fun. Get to hang out with JBG and Alex. And on tomorrow, we are going to be talking about Avatar Aang, The Last Airbender, the movie that was released on Paramount Plus. So, yeah. Read. Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of stuff that I don't talk about current on here moving forward because I have to have stuff to talk about next week. But yes, Reed, I put in the Discord. I put Jumanji in the Discord. I am so excited. So unbelievably excited to talk about it. I wish you guys could see the chat because it's literally, you can because I'm uploading the video here. Yeah, literally look at all that Jumanji. All the Jumanji. But anyway, he's the party in the welcome party. I love that, Velvet Feet. I do. Okay. So you guys have a great night. Take care of yourself. Thank you for hanging out with me. Even though this isn't the first time I've done this, this is the first of this new season. So thank you guys for hanging out with me for the little bit of the hour. And I am very excited to see where we're going to come from this. All right. You guys have a great night. I will talk to you tomorrow on the welcome party. All right. Bye. Oh, God.